The royal scene stealer is the last act tonight. Prince George is the best at making the royal family, even the Queen, look bad. Concerns about the environment and climate change are being looked at in Prince George's county right now. Tonight, leaders from the county met with activists to talk about how to solve problems through legislation. Because John Marie Sass was there, she can tell us the story. It broke the royal silence when Prince George said something shocking that no one saw coming. The future king, who was 11 years old and was often seen but not heard, shocked everyone when he broke the rules that made the royal family unique. The event sent shockwaves through the house and beyond. What could have made the young king be so honest out of the blue? Could this be the first sign that the future king is going in a brave new direction? Come with us, as we uncover the shocking facts that could make the future of the royal family very different. What a shocking discovery. Everyone was shocked when Prince George, the young prince, finally said what was bothering him. The prince that most people know is the serious, well-behaved one that you see at public events and royal visits, always smiling and following the rules. There's a lot more to Prince George than we all know, though, behind that calm and shy face. He broke his usual quiet not long ago and said something unexpected. Now everyone is talking about it and trying to figure out what he really thinks and feels. The part Prince George will play in the upcoming royal crowning has been made public. 8 pages of honor will walk with the procession and take the robes inside London's Westminster Abbey. The oldest child of Prince William and Kate Middleton will be one of them. It also meant having a lot of stress as a child. He has known for a long time that he is different from other kids. People his age worry about their friends, school, and sports, but he has to think about what it means to be king one day. Even though he's only 16, he knows that many things in his life are already planned out. We have a lot of hopes for this road. A lot of people don't understand how hard it can be to live up to those standards, especially since he's still getting to know himself. He's been taught to stay calm, even when cameras are following him around. That's why people only see his calm, nice side. But he recently shared something personal that no one saw coming. It was a rare look into his thoughts and feelings. People now know there's a lot more going on with him than they thought before he became sincere. Being a young prince isn't all about living in palaces and having royal names. The stress of being watched by everyone comes with it. Many people watch him every move, and he knows they have high hopes for him. A job fit for a king or queen. The eldest child of Prince William and Kate Middleton, Prince George does his royal tasks on Coronation Day. He's not just a figure in the background, as this new information has shown. He's a young man with real feelings, problems, and questions about his future. He's learning more about his special role as he gets older, and it hasn't been as easy as people think. He showed that he has grown, thoughtful, and aware of the world around him through the way he talked about how he felt. Now everyone wants to know what's really going through his mind and why he chose to be open. But what's the story behind Prince George's shocking secret? As he grows up in the public eye, let's look more closely at who Prince George is. Prince George of Wales is the oldest child of Prince William and Princess Catherine of Wales. He was born on July 22, 2013. After his grandfather, King Charles III, and his father, Prince William, he is third in line to the British throne. At London's St. Mary's Hospital, this little king was born. His father was also born there. People have been interested in Prince George since the day he was born. A loving father and a guardian mother together. For the first time, they showed off their son, who would become king. Bringing a modern view to royal life and standing for the future of the throne, they have tried to give him the most normal childhood possible, even though he will play a very important part in the future. He is growing up away from the intense attention, which is different from many other royals. Protecting the privacy of their children is very important to Prince William and Princess Catherine. They want George to have a healthy and normal childhood, just like his brothers Princess Charlotte and Prince Louis. Because he is British, Prince George has gone to school since he was very young. He first went to the nursery at Westaker Montessori School in Norfolk. After that, he went to Thomas's School in Battersea, London. He just started going to school at Lambrook School in Berkshire, which is close to their new home, Adelaide Cottage. He can do many academic and extracurricular activities at Lambrook School, which helps him build many interests and skills that will be useful in the future. Going to school also helps him make friends outside of the royal family, which gives him a bigger picture of life. Prince George has been seen in public a few times, and he usually goes with his parents to big events. He first showed up on the steps of Buckingham Palace in 2015 during the event known as Trooping the Colours. Since then, he has been a part of many events such as royal tours with his parents. There are 5 days of royal tours starting today. William and Kate are going to Poland and Germany. Yes, George and Charlotte are ready to steal the show, seeing the football final for Euro 2020 and the funeral for the late Queen Elizabeth II. He is still young and getting used to his duties, but these appearances are slowly getting him ready for his part. Prince George is getting more interested in things as he gets bigger. He likes sports, especially soccer and rugby, like a lot of other kids his age. George loves sports, and his dad, who is president of the football club, has even taken him to see some professional games. Besides sports, he likes being outside and animals. He and his family often spend time enjoying nature. His parents try to keep him interested in the world around him so that he can enjoy and value it. During his public outings, a lot of people have noticed how calm and thoughtful he is. He seems to have gotten his father's quiet personality and his mother's friendly personality. People also notice that he looks a lot like both of his parents and is very proud of his family. It seems like he knows his place in history, even though he is still young. He acts with a sense of duty. As Prince George's place in the royal family grows, he will have to take on more duties. He has a lot of different interests, and his parents want him to have a happy childhood so that he can become a leader who knows and cares about the people he will one day serve. What did Prince George say that almost turned everything upside down? The strong claim. Parents of Prince George knew that he would have to take care of a lot of things one day. Because he is going to be king, he needs to know about history, the government, and how to run his country. The idea of being a king has been slowly taught to him, even though he is still young. Before, George would shyly wave to the crowd when he was very little, but now he's getting more comfortable, which shows that he's starting to understand his part. The things he learns are done at a pace that is right for his age. I'm hoping that he will get used to his responsibilities on his own time. George has always been shy, even though he comes from one of the most famous houses in the world. He doesn't talk to the world as much as his parents or other royal family members. Not long ago, though, he broke his normal silence and said something that everyone didn't expect. The things he said were simple but strong. People talked about them all the time. He was worried about something that many people around the world care about in his speech. At an event to raise awareness about the environment, Prince George spoke about how important it is to take care of the earth while standing next to his parents. He did this by focusing on the decades of work that the senior environmentalist had put into protecting wildlife. The message was simple, but it meant a lot. Since the person who said it was so young, who will take care of the earth if not us? His voice was clear and sure as he asked. This comment came as a surprise to someone who usually stays out of the spotlight. What was even stranger was how people responded. Many people around the world told him how great it was that he spoke out. A lot of people on social media said nice things about how brave and responsible he was, are moving people of all ages to think about what they can do to help protect the world. It's clear that he is stepping into his role in his own unique way as the royal family thinks about his strange words. People in George's age are more outgoing and expressive than his ancestors who were taught to be quiet. Both his father, Prince William, and Grandpa, King Charles, have spoken out about things that are important to them, like protecting the environment. It looks like George might be going in the same direction as them, but from the point of view of a young person. That he said that might not be much, but it shows that he knows what's going on around him. As a king, he knows that people will listen to what he has to say. Even though he's young, he's already making plans for how he wants to lead others. The future king has shown that he doesn't just care about following the rules. He worries about things that happen in the real world and touch everyone. When we talk about his parents, how did they feel about what their beloved child said? How the royals were raised? Royal watchers are interested in Prince George's new decision to speak out in public, and brought focus to his family, especially his parents, Prince William and Princess Catherine, who are the Princess of Wales. Royal duties have been a big part of his life since he is the oldest child of the royal pair and third in line to the British throne. On the other hand, his parents have made sure to give him a solid childhood. The way Prince William and Princess Catherine raised their children may have laid the groundwork for George's newfound confidence in public speaking. This suggests that he might one day approach his job with the same level of balance that his parents show. Prince William and Catherine have become icons of a modernized royal family because they balance their royal tasks with a friendly, family-focused image. From a very young age, the eldest son of King Charles III and the late Princess Diana was thrust into the public eye. As a prince, he learned both the good and bad things about being famous. Diana, William's mother, had a big impact on him because she wanted her kids to have a life that mixed royal tasks with normal things that most people do. There's a lot of news about Prince William and Harriet this morning because they shared personal stories in a new documentary about their mother, Princess Diana. Good morning, EVA Pilgrim from BC. Diana would take William and his brother Prince Harry to public places like fast food restaurants and amusement parks. This gave them a taste of what life was like outside of the house. This way of doing things stuck with William and helped him develop understanding and a strong desire to connect with regular people. His schooling was also very important in making him a well-rounded leader. He went to Eton College, which is one of the best schools in Britain, and made friends with people who were not in the royal circle. After that, he went to the University of St. Andrews in Scotland and met Catherine Middleton there in 2001. At first, no one knew about their connection. This gave them time to get to know each other before the outside world started to notice. His time in the British Armed Forces showed how much he cared about helping others. He went to the Royal Military Academy Sandhurst to learn how to fly, then worked as a search and rescue pilot and then as an air medical pilot. These events gave him a strong sense of duty and taught him values that he wants to share with his children, especially George, who will take the throne one day. William's approach to leadership, which is based on understanding and humility, can be used as an example by the next generation of royals. Not only did these traits change how people saw him, but they also helped raise his son George, who learned about respect and kindness by watching his dad. What traits did Prince George get from his mom? Catherine Middleton, now the Princess of Wales, was born in Berkshire in 1982 to a mother who looked out for her. Her family was not royal. Michael and Carol Middleton, her parents, were self-made business owners who believed in working hard and not giving up. Though she is now a royal, her childhood gave her a balanced view of life that has stayed with her. She has been a link between the royal family and the people, known for her grace and ability to adapt. She brings a new, more approachable face to the royal family. She went to Marlborough College, a very good boarding school, and then to St. Andrews, where she met Williams. There were some hard times in their union. After a short breakup in 2007, they got back together later that same year. For better or worse, they were married in 2011. For the rich and the poor, for the rich and the poor, in health and in sickness, in health and in sickness, to love and care for, to love and care for. We will be apart until death does us part. We will be apart until death does us part. Based on the holy law of God. Based on the holy law of God. And I will tell you the truth about that. And I will tell you the truth about that. Amidst pressure from the media, she showed grace and dedication to her royal tasks, which earned her praise from the people. She is responsible for many things as Princess of Wales, including mental health, family well-being, and the growth of young children. She has used her fame to raise awareness about mental health, stressing how important it is to have strong emotions and support systems. She is interested in mental health and child development because she wants to be a good mother and give her kids a safe place to grow up. Especially George, who is doing more and more public tasks over time. When William married Catherine, it was a step toward making the throne more open to everyone. Catherine has done a great job with her part, even though she comes from a normal background. They work together to share duties, bring attention to different problems, and build relationships with the public that make the royal family seem approachable. People look up to them because they are united and balanced, and they have an effect on not only their children but also the future of the kingdom. As the oldest child of William and Catherine, George has a lot of demands and rights that come with the job. He is being raised in a private, normal home because his parents want to keep him away from all the attention he gets from the media. Many people were surprised by his recent decision to talk in public. This is likely because of the values his parents taught him. From a very young age, he has been slowly introduced to royal tasks through official events and family gatherings, where he watches how his parents act. The royal couple wants George to become a thoughtful leader by helping him balance job with personal growth, with a real link to the people he would be writing about. Their way of raising their kids shows that they put a lot of value on personal responsibility and kindness. Will Prince George be able to handle this way of parenting? A legacy of kindness and duty. The way Prince William raises his children is largely based on how he was raised himself. Because he lost his mother when he was young, he was determined to carry on the kind and caring ways she taught him. Diana had a big impact on William because she famously thought that he and Harry should grow up caring about other people. William's dedication to many causes, such as supporting veterans, promoting mental health, and protecting the environment, ensures that this heritage lives on. William's public and private jobs often overlap. By including George in these activities, he hopes to teach him early on how to be responsible. William is also brave when things get tough, and he wants to teach George the same thing. His work as a search and rescue pilot, and then as an air ambulance pilot, showed how dedicated he was to helping people. William's beliefs were changed by these events, and most likely changed how he raises his son. Seeing how involved his father was in causes and how dedicated he was to public service might help George see his future duties as king as a place of service rather than privilege. Catherine's effect on George is just as important because she brings something new and interesting to the royal family that many people like. People can relate to her story of growing up in the middle class and becoming the Princess of Wales. It shows how the royal family's image is changing. She cares a lot about things like the health and growth of young children, mental health, and the well-being of her family. This has shaped her role as a royal figure and a mother. Her commitment to mental health causes made it easier for George and his brothers to talk about their problems and feelings. This willingness to be open could be why George was recently able to say what he thought in public. After giving it some thought, the kids from Cambridge are ready to ask Sir David Attenborough about his amazing work. Catherine builds her kids' confidence and emotional health by focusing on a family setting that is supportive and open to communication. Serve as examples for George so he can see how to deal with the stresses of public life while staying true to his beliefs. What did people outside of Britain think about what Prince George said? The discussion around the world. People all over the world were moved by what Prince George said recently about environmental problems. Many see him as a voice of hope for the future. Environmentalists, public figures, and celebrities all shared their responses on social media. Well-known campaigners like Greta Thunberg spoke out in support. In a post, Thunberg said, "It is inspiring to see young leaders stepping up, making it clear that she agreed with what George said. Politicians and world leaders paid attention to what he said." Some people see it as a call for stronger climate measures. Many people thought that his words showed how angry young people are becoming because they think their leaders are not doing anything. But not everyone agreed with Prince George as strongly as he did. Some people wondered if it was right for such a young prince to talk about such an important subject. Critics thought that the royal family might have planned the speech as part of their environmental plan, and not because it was his personal opinion. As he became more involved in public problems, worries grew about what might happen. In the past, the royal family has avoided getting involved in politics in order to remain impartial. Some critics were afraid that what he said would blur these lines and cause division instead of togetherness. A royal scholar said that the monarchy's job is to bring people together, not to get involved in things that make people fight. And if the royal family keeps going in this direction, especially with a child, this move could make some people less interested in them. Even though there was argument, one thing was clear. The world was listening to what Prince George said. While TV shows talked about how brave he was, magazine covers praised his confidence and said they admired his desire to speak out at such a young age. His words were all over the news for days, showing how much power he already has. With this action, Prince George changed how the royal family talks to the public in the future. Because he cares about the environment, he might be able to continue to change people's minds and make a difference in the years to come. He has shown that he is ready to speak out when it counts, which gives us a hint about the kind of king he might become. Even though he is young, what he does is already making an impact and showing signs of the star he could become. How will Prince George's life go from here? A look into the future as George gets older. His understanding of what makes him special will continue to change. His parents carefully introduced him to royal tasks over time and made sure he felt safe in the family home. This will likely help him take on his future role with maturity. He recently got a lot of attention for speaking out. This may be the start of a new time in his life where he starts to interact with the public more freely. Like both of his parents. People's responses to George's words show how interested they are in his future role and how his parents are shaping him. If William and Kate keep being good leaders who care about others and take responsibility, George might become a future king who is a mix of the best of old and new. The way his parents raised him has set him up for the future, where he can connect with people in a real way, not as a distant king, but as someone who knows about their problems and lives. George's recent comments show that the young prince is aware of the part he will play in the future. He is probably honest because William and Catherine have made their home a safe and loving place for him to be. They showed him that even though his future is special, he is free to be himself and find out who he is. This could be why George felt like he could speak out lately, pointing to a future where he could play a bigger role in public and maybe even speak out, thanks to the values his parents taught him. He has said many things in public that show how well his parents were able to raise him with a mix of royal duty and personal expression. George's parents raised him and are shaping him into a future leader who will respect history but may also bring a modern, approachable style to his job. People all over the world will likely continue to be interested in Prince George's journey as he becomes a public figure. His latest choice to speak in public shows that he is becoming a more mature leader. He was helped by his folks' love and knowledge. This helps create a monarchy that cares about more than just tradition. It also cares about the people it serves and their views and lives. Could Prince George's strong stand mark the start of a new era for the royal family? With more royal tasks coming up, will Prince George still surprise us? Please tell us what you think in the comments. Share and sign up to get more. Also, click on the next video that comes up. It will be fun for you.